So today we're looking at the best defenders. We have got a huge amount of people to go through. There is a lot of absolute talent, and I must admit, in the gold/special versions, there is a couple that are just absolutely head and shoulders above the rest, but it's not everybody that you need. So if we are going to start off, we'll have a look at someone like Saliba. If you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins. With the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even Pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. Now, we haven't got icons on heroes in this because they do predominantly stay in that same zone for quite some time, and we will add in the new special ones. I believe Ultimate Dynasty icons are coming, and then we also are getting the icons from, I want to say it's like this day or something like that, or this day back then, where basically it'll be on November 1st, Beckham scored a free kick, something like that. And I believe they're going to do something like that. Whether, we don't know any information on it. But when them icons come, we will add them into this list. The base, our standard, go check out the icon tier list. But Saliba in himself is incredible. He's arguably, for me, the second best centre-back for gold version on the game completely. Him and Virgil together are incredible. I think a big thing for a lot of these centre-backs, especially right at the moment, is getting that playstyle plus right. The kind of next step is a double playstyle plus. We know what that's like, and we know how it just goes further. Let alone that, we have now got role plus and plus plus. So that is going to be a huge factor in any card, because now it's not just a playstyle plus, stats, a weak foot, especially for a defender, and then a role plus, but there's just so much going on. If we look, for instance, at Saliba, he's got himself the defender plus plus. It depends on what you prefer. Do you like a stopper? Do you like a ball-playing defender? I'm personally just on the fence of two defenders. No ball player, no stopper, but I can imagine there's a lot of tactics I don't know with that sort of aspect. So that kind of then goes down to where they are in your list. For me, Saliba is absolutely at the top of that list. I think arguably, like I say, second in the list 100%. Whereas now we look at someone like Gomez, I'd say he's kind of one above the B+. I don't think he's quite at the lowest tier, but he most definitely is kind of on a lower tier. Looking for a few others, we've got obviously quite a lot of right back and left backs as well. We'll kind of go through them also. We look at someone like Renard, who, to be honest, the playstyle plus is definitely adding some value. We'll go and add the pin here so we can get this. Oh god, I've screwed it up. There we go. So when we've got the playstyle plus, it does add a level, but the problem with it, the pace is just absolutely non-existent. Unfortunately, for 48 pace, it's just not enough. It really is. The playstyle plus will only hold so much weight. I think the fact that she has got 91 defending is absolutely crazy, but it's only going to get you so far in this game, in my opinion anyway. We do look across the board as well. We've got the likes of Van de Ven, who arguably, again, is just insane. I want to say, do I have his gold card? In general, is absolutely unbelievable. I thought to start with, when we got him, he was going to be a little bit better than kind of how you remember Lacroix and also St. Just. They are two of the fastest centre-backs we've got from base stats. But when you look at the comparison, there's just non-existent with them. When we look at Van de Ven, from his normal version as well, and there'll be a reason why one of them goes up also. You've got 49,000 and 200,000. Let alone that, he can now be put into an evolution properly, not just intro to the stat limits. He actually gets a 15 upgrade on his passing for the base version, but also his 84 can go in there as well. You look at that stat boost in general, like we get 4 on the agility, 3 on the balance. You get the passing up to, what is it? It goes up to 80. For a centre back, that's kind of like what we expect in like a foot is, not necessarily just being 80. Obviously, we expect 90, but the fact that he's got everything now. So if we kind of look through that, you've got the 89 pace for a centre-back is insane, let alone adding a shadow onto him as well. If you really wanted to, you could go anchor as well. I think anchor does suit it better. 93 pace, 80 passing with 96 and 91 short and long. You then have the agility balance up slightly, still low-ish but good enough for a centre-back. 91 on the composure. You then have 90 defending and 89 physical. If you got Van de Ven untradeable in form, you are absolutely winning. That card is nuts. Now, if you are looking just at a standard gold version, even the standard in form, like he's easily clear into that S, there is no question, and naturally he will drop down in terms of this version, but I do expect him to be highly highlighted in this year's game. He seems to be that sort of player that is definitely going to work his way into that top if he carries on with his performances. We look at someone like Akanji, we look at Ake as well. There is a few of kind of like the very, I'd almost call them like the introduction centre-backs in the game that are absolutely fine. They're like a K each. There's nothing too crazy about them, but they give you the job. Now, at this point in the game, I'd probably be looking, I'd drop Renard 1. I'd say a solid A at this point. Even someone like a Ruben Diaz, you'd argue with the pace it could be an A+, but he's very much being lucky being put there, because I do think the defensive and physical aspect as well as bruiser is keeping him in a good category, because most of them won't have anything more, but the pace is still slightly better than Renard, even though she definitely has the better playstyle plus, in my opinion, for a centre-back. We've obviously got Alaba, can play left back and centre back, does have a flashback version as well. I'd say pretty standard. He's kind of that decent centre back, but not going to be featured too much. We have Parejo, we have Bastoni. Bastoni's a funny one because I do like him, but I think it was mainly the team of the season that you're kind of looking at really for him. 14,500 give or take. 3-star intercept is nice still, at least he's got a playstyle plus. If you went for the shadow, you're looking at 83.94. Defensively is incredible, but I'd probably still put him one under, because when you've got the likes of Militao, you've got Rudiger, and then you've also got the likes of Tomori, and I think, is that all the gold centre-backs that I'd go? You know what, no, I know Kayande is right back here. He can play centre-back, and he's incredible there as well. Konate, on the other hand, he has had a few evolutions that you could go with. In terms of the upgrade, I think he does stay the same. He goes into the We Play Possession again, 79-79. The only thing is he doesn't have that playstyle plus. For me, I would put him at kind of like the top of an A+. I think he'd be kind of just above Bastoni. I don't know if I'd quite go S. I think if he does get an upgrade and a playstyle plus, then he's absolutely laughing. Whereas Tomori's got the pace and the defending physical bonus as well. That kind of just keeps him up there. Marquinhos would come into the A+, so would Bremer. Then we've got the likes of Schlotterbeck, we've got Tar. Tar for me is very bog standard, I must admit. I am a bit partial to a little bit of Schlotterbeck. This year he's been upgraded, playstyle plus, he's got himself some decent pace, and I think Tar would kind of put himself in the mud a little bit. Upamecano, I still think is incredible for an 82. He's kind of like a B-Tech version of Van de Ven in terms of being low rated but still having some very good stats. Obviously you go with a shadow with him, he just adds that layer to him, and I think when he does eventually get an upgrade, which naturally he will do, he can go into the We Play Possession, which is natural, very easily as well. So if you go with a shadow with him, you look at that 89-88. If say you didn't have the Van de Ven and you went into the We Play Possession, it'd still be 82, so that's fine. Then obviously you get the shadow, 89, 88, 85, 79 on the passing, incredible short and long. Composure goes up slightly, which is what we want. It's gone up a +6. That's a massive increase at this point of the game. Like, think about it. We are only just going into the second week of the second promo, and yet we're getting defenders now, with some of them getting up to 88, 90 composure, as well as then nearly 99 short and long pass, and still staying 82, 84 rated. It's a different level, in my opinion. Then we've got some of the special cards. This is kind of now bringing itself in full circle. So we've got the likes of Bremer. To be honest, I don't think he really goes up too much in my opinion here. I would still probably put him into an A+. I don't think he breaks quite into that S. Romero, on the other hand, I think when he first came out, I could argue with it, and I think maybe when he does get an upgrade, we could be looking at a potential S category centre back. He's good. He's got himself everything you need, really. But I think the Playstyle Plus is a massive one when breaking through into that S. So I'd put him again, very similar to Konate in that top of the A plus category. Obviously, we've been waiting a long time, but Virgil's going to put himself into that top. He is just unbelievable. For me, them three have been an absolute godsend, let alone some of the upgrades we've got as well. Left back, we have got Azpilicueta. It's just very, very standard. He's kind of just a pack filler more so than anything. We then have Williamson. To be fair, not terrible. Again, I would be looking maybe towards more of an A plus for her. She would need a Playstyle Plus to get up there one more. Obviously, height and kind of them factors will have something. But also, she can play that CDM role, which, again, is going to be a big factor in where I would kind of go with her more so than anything. Militao, on the other hand, he would go and stay in that S. Arejo's a decent one as well because he does have the Playstyle Plus. He's coming in at 500. He's very much on the cusp now. I would say I would go into... I'd keep him as an S. I really think I would. Obviously, Virgil would go up in there. It's Virgil. Marquinhos, I do think, would go up one more now. With a little bit of a stat increase, double on the pace, a little bit more on that defending physical is definitely a nice bonus for him. And then we do have Varane. He is incredible. I don't know if I'd quite go S plus with him. He's a brilliant upgrade. Kind of wish they did it a little bit later. I'm kind of hoping they do go for like an end of an era part 2 at the end of the game, or at least that we do get to evolve him at some point. Then we have Godfrey. Easy one for me. Very cheap, very affordable. A nice standard centre-back that you can get. Which leaves us with our fullbacks. So again, we've got a decent amount that we can go with. I think in terms of S plus category, it's very easy to put Teo up there. Still an incredible price. When we look at right backs, for me, it would still be Frimpong at the point in gold. Frimpong and Walker have been incredible. Even Gusto are just a nice upgrade for him. But I don't know if I'd go in any of them being an S plus yet. I think they are all absolutely fantastic in their roles. I just don't see them being an S+. I think they are good and they are some of the best options that you can go with, but there is definitely better to come, in my opinion. I'd say they're all very standard. If I'm thinking Carfu, I'm thinking Maicon, Carlos Alberto, I don't think they come close just yet, and I think that is all down to that Playstyle Plus, in my opinion. Ferland Mendy, obviously one of the best left backs you can go with. Again, the Playstyle Plus doesn't really matter to him because he is truly just that broken. He's kind of like the gold Van der Ven. He's just perfect in that role, in my opinion. Frimpong, though, I must admit, is probably looking more towards an A plus in his gold. When you actually really look at the card and kind of give him a go, he is very standard across the board. You needed that 88 to really bump up that kind of whole stat era. Looking through the rest, we've obviously got Delo, a happy A plus. We've got Rolfo, we've got Cancelo. I think they are all very standard in their own right. Hakimi, again, more just defending, if anything. Alphonso Davies is very similar. And then we've got the likes of Batcher, Bronze. Bronze probably goes one more down, to be fair. DeMarco, very good left back. I'd say, again, more towards the top of an A+, if anything. Same as Gwyn. And then Trent. With the versatility of Trent, it's a very interesting one because he's got that multiple position he can go with, and obviously it depends on how you want to utilize him because you've got a CDM that you can start him in, or you can make him into that false back as he does have that as a plus, which almost puts him into the middle from right back. So if you are very good at playing that sort of role, does really well. Now, obviously, in terms of stats, like we've seen with the likes of Harry Kane, we've seen with Lewandowski, a 1 upgrade on him has given him 7 pace, 6 physical, 7 defending, 6 dribbling. Like that's not a 1 upgrade in my opinion. So it's interesting to see. He has still got the whipped pass plus, and I do think he is absolutely incredible for it. So that's my list. Let me know if anybody deserves to be up and down. We'll refine it as we go through, and hopefully we get a nice Total Rush Part 2. Peace.